What's happening, people? Manyface Publishing, man. What's going on? I'm really disgusted with the Yankees last night, man. My question is why, man? I turn on the game. I see Fry on the bench, man. Mad Max was dealing last night, and you see him in the dugout. Why? In 6 2/3 innings, we're in a wild card scenario, right? Where I believe we got the first 2 home games. I think the setup is they get the first 2 home games, and then if they can win those 2 games, they move on. But I think it's the best 2 out of 3 series or something like that. I'm not sure, but you know you need this game. This is an important game, man, against a team that has bashed your head in all season. This man is dealing, man. He's pitching a shutout, 6 2/3 innings. He has 102 pitches. I think he had one at bat where he had like 9 or 10 pitches, and you take him out of the game. When you take him out of the game, put Luke Weaver in, guy with a shaky bullpen that's been touched up all year against a team that has bashed your head in all season. I think they beat him once or twice all season. Like, they have bashed your head in. You need this playoff game to set the momentum. We were on a high. We were winning. I think Yankees won like it was 7 in a row, something like that. They were hot. And you take this man out the game, and he smacked this dude around, Weaver. I don't understand. You can't make this up, man. The other pitcher, on the other hand, right? Well, he pitched into the 8th inning, I think, and then they brought in Chapman. But he went with the guy until the guy was, you know what I'm saying, he saw the guy, all right, he was losing it. He ain't had nothing left, you know, and they had the lead. Then, you know what I'm saying, like, it just, you know, like, one guy is managing with merit and heart and guts, and the other guy is managing with analytics, data, and a system, and it just doesn't work. You know, we've seen, right? Then I watched the game before that, Tariq Skubal, his name is, I call him Scroobles, man. He was dealing. He gave up a run and left him in the game. This guy's the type of guy that you have a tough at bat in the 5th inning, he's taking you out the game. But fam, these guys getting paid $100 and some million, man. Like, we're paying these guys to go out there and be aces, man, and pitch and things. How do you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've been saying this for a minute. I'm telling my man, like, yo, when you yank these pitches so fast, they're never gonna be battle tested, man. When you're just looking at a pitch count, you gotta watch the fucking game. We watched Andy Pettitte versus John Smoltz in the World Series, man. 1-0, man. I think he pitched a complete game. I'm not sure. But we watched him deal out there. Him and John Smoltz dealing, man. I'm going to win the game with you, I'm going to lose the game with you. When you dealing like that, you leaving in the pitcher's hands, man. I could see if he was up to 120. We've seen CC Sabathia battle, man. Like, even Joe Girardi, who was a micromanaging fanatic, even he would go with his gut, man. Like, yo, if these guys out here, this is what I'm paying these guys for. But when you never see them battle tested, every time they get in a tough situation, you're yanking them, then how can you be champions, man? And even in that Pettitte game, right, they could have went in the bullpen to Mariano Wetland. Yo, they lead, yo, fam, we're going to win the game, we're going to lose the game because you're dealing. You got this game under control. We've watched Curt Schilling and Randy Johnson pretty much win a World Series for the Arizona Diamondbacks against the Yankees, right? I mean, how many times have we seen pitchers, go beyond what they normally do to win these games, man? Like, you gotta let these guys win or lose the game sometime, man. Like, I could see if he was getting touched up or he was laboring through 6 1/3 innings and he got to the, 7th inning and you take him out. But I'm leaving him in. I don't give a fuck if he had a tough at bat. You're staying in the game because you have this. It's not gonna be a perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. It's rare you see perfect games for a reason. So it's not gonna be perfect. He's gonna give up a hit. He's gonna have a guy's a major league player that he's pitching to. Like, so he's going to put up some resistance. I didn't understand the move, man. Like, it's the playoff game. I'm gonna win or lose the game with you, but that's why we watch, man. That's what my boy Ray say at the job, man. That's why we watch, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't managers and we ain't on the field. That's why we watch, man. But you can visibly see Max Pitt, Mad Max, man. He was out there dealing, man. We got Rodon tonight, man. And Rodon been pitching good all year. You know what I'm saying? He'll probably keep us in the game. Bats got to show up. Then you got all your bats on the bench. Oh, well, left-hander, fam, they're fucking professional players, man. So that means that when it's a right-hander, you should be sitting judge and standing there. Like, make it make sense, man. That's why we watch, man. I'm pitching my best guys out there. These guys are giving you 20-something homers, 26, 27 homers. Another guy's giving you 30, and they're on the fucking bench. No, you're going to play, man. Overcome the left-hander, man. That's what you get paid millions for. You get paid millions for the job to be easy. Paying you to be battle-tested, man. Like, I don't understand this shit, man. Yes, I understand mixing and matching. That's mostly done towards the end of the game, man. You used to see that when you watch baseball back in the days. Towards the end of the game, they would start mixing and matching. They would be like, all right, we're going to put this left-hander in there for this right-hander. When they bring in pinch hitters and stuff like that. Not off the rip. Like, this game is too analytical. And you got an analytical coach like that or manager, you're not going to win, man. It's a big difference why Joe Torre has 5 World Series and Boone has 0. And even Joe Girardi, as much as I used to complain about him, it was he knew when the playoffs got there, fam, we gotta, at this time, I gotta let these guys deal, man. They dealing, I'm leaving them in there. Get the most you can out your starters. That's what you're paying them for. Paying this guy $100-something million, and every time, guy fouls a pitch off, 2-3 pitches off, and gives him a tough at bat, you taking him out the game? Like, come on. So how you ever gonna know if he's battle tested? That's what makes the champions, being battle tested. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that shit, man. But anyway, let's see if the Yankees win tonight, man. Moving on. So, LeBron, I seen some videos about him and this little injury that he has, right? And I seen some theories, and then you see LeBron out there playing. Somebody he had a hurt groin. It's obvious, man. LeBron heart ain't in being a Laker no more, right? That's how I look at it. I'm not speculating on his injury and trying to come up with these theories and shit like that, right? Because we know there's rumors of swirling around him. But at the same time, I clearly see the man wasn't injured. He's dancing around. So that theory goes right out the window. Of him actually being hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you have a guy in LeBron, right? Sorry, I'm reading the screen up here. You have a guy in LeBron who's, you can see he's not getting his way in LA, and his antics are starting. You know what I'm saying? So, if I'm the Lakers, I would just buy him out, man. Buy him out and just let him go. Crochet, man. Like he was sewing the Yankees up yesterday, man. Sorry to go back to that, but I forgot the pitcher's name. I just saw it on the screen. Shout out to the Aces too for getting to the WNBA finals, man. But yeah, man. What I was gonna say, man. Yeah, if I'm the Lakers, I just buy him out, man. Yo, just get him off the fucking team, man. Yo, we don't want this man, and the fans don't want him there. Just get him off the team, man. Let him go where he gonna go, man. Let's see who's really gonna sign him. But I think they're better off without him and just build a team around Luka. Just take the L, man. Because you're gonna get a bunch of antics and theatrics all season. He may not play majority of the games. He's gonna play probably like 60 games, 70, enough to get, credited for accolades and shit like that. That's what he's gonna do, man. Just buy him out, man. I mean, I wish I had millions of dollars to just buy somebody out. But, this is why we watch. If it was me, I'm buying you out of here. You out of here, fam. Just go. Or, if you don't want to take the buyout, you're not playing, fam. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm putting you on the bench. I would have fired that coach and set the example right there. We're moving on. The longer you keep that coach, the more you keep giving this guy hope. You're out of here. The coach is out of here. I'm gonna eat all that if I'm new ownership, because I'm trying to start a new leaf. No disrespect to LeBron. Yeah, we love your services here. You made the team competitive. You don't deserve a statue because you only won one championship, a bubble championship at that, and we've had some failures and a lot of antics and a lot of salary cap issues and things like that. So you don't really, I don't know, you don't deserve no contract. I mean, no statue. I'm sorry. And for him to even say I've done half of what Kobe did, it's like saying Kobe's first 3 championships don't count. Like, fam, I'm tired of people disrespecting Kobe and talking about his championships don't count. Like he was just standing around while Shaq did all the work. That's not what happened. Put context to what you're saying. It's the same thing as these guys who try to belittle Michael Jordan. Who was he playing? I mean, who was he playing? Who was Detroit playing? He beat a beat-up Laker team, and then they act like Isaiah Thomas was like out there. It was Isaiah and the Misfits, because they're looking at the guys that their games weren't attractive games, right? Like building big, basic jump shot, a set shot. You know what I'm saying? He's a rebounder, defensive guy, bruiser. Rick Mahorn, bruising, rebounding. You know what I'm saying? Physical. Rodman, rebounder, defensive, athletic. You know what I'm saying? Run the floor. But forget about the microwave coming off the bench, giving you 12 to 15 a night. They forget about Adrian Dantley and then Mark Aguirre. They forget about Joe Dumars, who won the Finals MVP. James Edwards, all those guys they had, which was pretty much kind of the same type of system that the Bulls had. They had a bunch of no-name centers really, for defense and rebounds, and Michael Jordan was your primary scorer. But with the Detroit Pistons, they had more versatility scoring than the Bulls. Since you had Isaiah, you had Dumars, you had Adrian Dantley, then you went and got Mark Aguirre, who could score, and you had the microwave coming off the bench. With the Bulls, you had set shooters and like Kerr and Hodges. They had Horace Grant, who can give you about 10 to 15 a night. And then the second go around, they had Kukoc. Ron Harper wasn't really scoring. He was more there for defense and just running the point. But they didn't have much scoring outside of Jordan. Jordan was like 30% of their scoring like that. Like everything else was kind of spread out. Pippen would give you, 16 to 20, 22 a night. aside that, and then they had Kukoc in the second go around. But when you look at, you know what I'm saying, so it was more of just Michael Jordan was averaging 30, and then everybody else was like averaging maybe, double digits, or if you had Pippen 20, there's a big drop off there. When you look at the Pistons, right? That was a balanced attack. That was a team effort. It wasn't just Isaiah and the Misfits, man. And they try to compare them to Larry Bird and them. But Larry Bird, but they weren't making the play. They were getting out the first round once Bird got hurt. If those guys are that good, I mean, they dealt with injuries too. But obviously once Bird started to decline, that was the end of that run. He was forced to retire. But you know what I'm saying, like, but Mike, he had to go through the, you know what I'm saying, like Mike had to go through the Bulls. I mean, not the Bulls, the Pistons. Mike had to go through the Knicks, who were a championship caliber team. He had to go through the Pacers, which was a championship caliber team. These are teams that made the finals and had mobs. Legendary teams. He had to go against Clyde Drexler and them boys. He had to go up against Phoenix, who was a great team. Utah twice, great team. The Seattle Supersonics, great team. You know what I mean? Like, and he went up against the Lakers. I think James Worthy got hurt in that series, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he had to go up against the Lakers, man. They got it done in those finals. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention he had to go, like, the teams, I mentioned a couple teams that had to go through, like Indiana and the Knicks. And what about the Orlando Magic? Another team that made it to the finals that beat him. Excuse me. So we can't sit there and say, like, Jordan played a great competition, man. Like, he played hella competition, man. When you look at Bird, he had to go through Dr. J, the Milwaukee Bucks. Not to mention Mike had to beat that 50-plus win Cleveland team. We forgot about that, right? They were the favorite over the Bulls. The Mark Price and Craig Elo and all them guys, Larry Nance and them boys. That was a really good team, man. So, Bird, right? He had to go through the Milwaukee Bucks. He had to go through the 76ers. Then you had to go deal with Magic in them. So, and you know what I'm saying, like, when you look at the 76ers was a championship team every year. You know what I'm saying? The Milwaukee Bucks had a good squad. They were a 50-plus win team almost every year. So, we can't sit here, man, and act like these guys. Then he had to go through Detroit. Obviously he beat Mike and he beat Mike and he beat Mike twice. Swept him. But that team is so dominant that they didn't really have much challenges besides those couple of teams I said. When you look at the Lakers, it was no challenge in the West. Those challenges in the West didn't start happening until when Magic, caught the HIV, and then he retired. That's when the West got competitive. All those other teams started coming out, like Utah and Portland, Phoenix, Supersonics. You know what I mean? Like, so Mike was in the league having to go against those guys. And you got Houston. But these you can't try to diminish what Jordan did, man. Like, those teams he went up against in the finals, the legendary teams. But just because they didn't win, don't diminish what their accomplishments were. Most of them, if all of them, were 60-win teams, except for maybe the Trailblazers. I think they won like 58 games or something like that. They might even won 60. I'm not sure. But that Portland team was a very good team. I believe they made it to the finals 2 out of 3 years. You know what I'm saying? But that's how good Magic was. Magic sent them boys home, sending dudes home, with, you know what I'm saying, without Byron Scott, and I think Worthy was hurt one of them years. Like, Magic, and he didn't have Kareem, still was sending them dudes home. But, you know, I don't know, man. We just keep revisiting these arguments, man. Mike is the best I've ever seen, right? You know what I'm saying? We keep going. Two-Raw made a good argument yesterday, and I'm glad he brought that up about the Pistons having a good team, because, you know, I was arguing with my fam about that. My fam was like, oh, Celtics had a mob, and he was trying to argue Bird over Isaiah over Bird. And I'm like, you bugging, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at the overall game, not just stats and numbers. You know, but that Celtic team was good, but so was that Detroit team. They had a very good team. Bill Embiid was giving you 10, 15 a night. It was a balanced attack. You know? We keep, you know, Michael Jordan's the best. Magic and Bird is right there. It's a smidgen under him. They're all on the same level. Kobe's right there. Like, your context and how they win these championships too, level of difficulty, the amount of responsibility and the load carrying that you had. Because even with Kobe with Shaq, in the fourth quarter, when the game's on the line, Kobe would have that ball, man. So he wasn't just standing around. Stop looking at stats and all that. And here's another thing I heard Two-Raw say, and Dreams Pro say, something I've saying for years. What are you gonna learn watching LeBron play? Are you gonna we see him outside just on a blacktop shooting bricks? You shooting more bricks than I do, man. This nigga's like 2 or 3 for like 30, man. Like, come on, man. What are we gonna learn from his game? And someone's like, what am I doing right? Oh, you doing nothing wrong. Because you don't know to tell him how to adjust his shot to make it better. He giving no pointers, like, yo, all right, and the kid's shooting bricks. They'll shoot it this way, or hold the ball this way, you know, make sure you get your arch. I ain't hear none of that, man. And you can't fucking shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like, talking about he's some GOAT, man. Put context in the word when you say GOAT. Stop just using accolades and what's on paper. Look at the fucking game, man. Watch the game. Watch the skill set. Watch the mentality. I don't understand it, man. Anyway, let me leave y'all alone, man. Boxing is we're not seeing boxing as frequent either, man. Like, it's frustrating, man. I want to see some more boxing, man. Not these circus shows, man, but actual real fights, man. Let's get back on the ball. Anyway, man, I'm out, man. Many Face Publishing, man. Gotta go take a nap. Peace.